Hey, alright everybody, how's it going? Now, in front of me on the old tablet, I got 3 stories, and they sort of intertwine with each other, and what it all adds up to is cheap EVs, cheaper electric cars. Now, I've done a few videos, or I did a video in the past, a couple of months ago, saying that you can get some bargain EVs if you pay cash, brand new. But these stories here are pointing towards even cheaper EVs. Can you believe that? Now, one of the biggest things people used to say was EVs are too expensive, I can't afford one. Now, that might still stand up for people in the bargain basement, the £1,000 type of people who buy cars for £1,000. In that area, you're still sort of out of luck. I don't think you can get an EV for £1,000. If you could, it might be a bit rubbish. So they're the bottom rung, the £1,000 buyers. Well, say that there's people in the £500 mark as well, even lower, isn't it? But we won't go there. So the people in the £1,000 area, this is not the video for you. And the people a little bit higher up who are thinking of buying a new car, this is the video for you, okay? So, what have I got in front of me? What have I got by you? Is it exciting news or not? Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look what I got, because I think it's exciting. I think what's happening with EVs now is exciting, because I think the prices are coming down. I got the old cookies to go through again. I should have screenshotted it as usual, but I didn't. So let me just get rid of these cookies. There's no option to get rid of them all. I gotta go and click all these blinking buttons. Right, so what it says here is massive EV discounts on the way as car manufacturers feel the pressure. Now, this person here, I think it said he was a UK CEO and president of Hyundai. Hyundai, is that how you say Hyundai? I'm not quite sure how you say it. And his name is Tony Whitehorn. Tony Whitehorn. Now he's some sort of what does he do now? He's some sort of automotive consultant now. But there's 3 takeaways here. It says EV manufacturers have stock they need to shift or face hefty fines under the ZEV mandate. That's for new vehicles. They need to offer massive discounts and aggressive financial incentives, says Tony Whitehorn. And it says the leading automotive consultant urges them to make the most of digital retailing. So what he's saying there is basically it's not just, like, if you know, there's not a lot of actual cash buyers now. Most people buy on PCP. It's all on finance. They might put a deposit down or whatever it is. But a lot of new cars are on PCP. But what this person is saying here is that I think as we get further and further into 2024, they're going to see better and better discounts on EVs as stock builds up or whatever, which is fantastic news. Now, like I said, let's go back to people always say to me, or I've heard people say, in the comment section, they type, electric cars are only for rich people. And I'm like, what do you mean by rich people? Because my idea of a rich person is a person with millions of pounds. A well-off person is different to a rich person. So a rich person to me can just go out and buy a car willy-nilly. I haven't heard that saying for a while. Willy-nilly. Right, so a rich person to me is a person with loads of money, doesn't worry about money at all. Not a well-off person. Well, I suppose it is but really got a lot of money. That's a rich person. Now, because they say that you've got to be rich to buy an electric car. Now, a brand new Vauxhall Corsa, right? A brand new Vauxhall Corsa. For any of you people, anti-EV people, who think it's only a rich person's car, an EV. A brand new Vauxhall Corsa is around about £19,000 or £20,000. Okay, so let's say there's £20,000, right, for a brand new Vauxhall Corsa. How many people have ever said you have to be rich to buy a brand new Vauxhall Corsa? How many people have actually said that? Have you ever heard anybody say you have to be rich to buy a brand new Vauxhall Corsa? No, you don't. So stop talking a load of old ghoulies, right? You don't have to be rich to buy an electric car. Like I said, most people are buying them on PCP and they're paying on monthly plans. So you don't have to be rich. You have to have a bit of money. You can't be absolutely skint and poor. But you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be rich. Stop singing that. Right. Okay, so that story there was from an article in Car Dealer, and he said massive EV discounts are on the way. And we know, like from videos previous to this one, I've said that cheaper EVs are coming this year as well. So massive discounts and cheaper EVs is a win-win. So what's the next story? Let's have a look. Right, so the next story that I'm going to look at, they're all recent stories. And this story says Tesla Giga press has led to a systemic industry change. And now EVs will cost less to build than ICE vehicles by 2027. So, anti-EV people, pop that in your, put that on your pipe and smoke it. Put that on your pipe and smoke it, right? So, EVs by 2027 will cost less to build than ICE vehicles by 2027, which is less than 3 years. No, sorry. Yes, it is. It's less than 3 years away because we're a third of the way through 2024. Right, so that's not far away, is it? They're getting cheaper. Right, so there's different ways they're making EVs. Now, that story goes on about the Giga press, and I think other car manufacturers are trying to follow Tesla by making these big castings to make it cheaper. There's less parts to put together. Less parts put together probably means, there's less workforce to put them together, so it's cheaper to do. Okay, so and the last story that like I said, all these stories are intertwined for cheaper EVs, and this story here is the battery price war. Now, I've been seeing this a few times in a few articles, and it says battery price war is poised to drive down electric vehicles costs. So we've not just got ways of manufacturing EVs to make them cheaper, also the battery prices are dropping. It's all starting to happen. It was all predicted. Now, money, when things get cheaper, even anti-EV people I can't get my words out. Anti-EV... I'm having a brain malfunction a minute. Anti-EV people might dip their toe and have a little peek at EVs when they get to a certain price, because they're going to go, hey up lad, now that suits my bank balance. So they might be having a little, sneaky peek. They're probably having a sneaky peek now and again anyway. But there we are, right? So I know I'm waffling, and if you want to come to me for a news story, there's gonna be waffle involved, okay? So this is a story from Energy Mix, and it's talking about the new cells from CATL or CATL, which supplies batteries to EV makers Tesla, NIO, XPeng, and it says which can be fully charged in less than 30 minutes. And I think they're talking about the new batteries. Let me just have a look a little bit further down. What did they say by here? It says a 60 kilowatt hour battery pack from a US dollars price of $6,776 is going to be cut to $3,380, which is, well, that's half the price. It's half the blinking price. And that's within just 12 months, it says. And it says because batteries are the most expensive part of EVs. And if I went down a little bit further, I think he was talking about, if I can find it, I'm trying to look if I can find it, but I think they're talking about LFP cells, it says here, which are currently selling for less than $69 per kilowatt hour, and that's going to go down and down and down. So they are the new batteries. I can't remember what they're called, the semi-solid state batteries, which are coming in. It's all happening. It's all coming in now. It's all starting to happen in the next couple of years. So if you're not an EV person, you're going to be pretty sad. Because like I said, one of the biggest obstacles they say is you've got to be rich. You don't have to be rich, do you? You don't have to be rich. You've got to have a bit of money. But like I said, if you're in the £1,000 dirty old diesel bracket, then EVs are not for you. Now, because I get that question all the time. I think somebody keeps asking me, when I can get an EV for £2,000 that can do a certain amount of distance, because I think he drives a diesel, and blah blah blah, then he'll buy an EV. But maybe if that does happen, he might not buy an EV, because people say this and then they don't, do they? Because a lot of people really do love their diesel cars, and sometimes it's a bit like what you own, you want to be the best. So if you own a petrol BMW, your petrol BMW is the best type of car. If you owned a diesel Audi, then a diesel Audi is the best type of car. And you don't want to say, you want to, and then to make yourself feel better, a lot of people, they put down EVs. So, and that's not just specific to EVs, that's happened, I got a really itchy nose. It's not just specific to EVs, that happens all the time, doesn't it? It happens all the time. Somebody thinks their car's the best, so they poo-poo other cars. I'm not that type of person. I'm sort of, if somebody comes up to me and says, look at my car, and it's a nice car, I'm like, oh, that is a lovely car. I don't poo-poo it, because I'm happy for them. But some people get a little bit salty. I don't know why, but it does happen. With some people, they like to think that what they own is the best thing since sliced cheese. So there we are. Anyway, I waffled on a bit, but them sort of stories, they do stick together. So for the ZEEV mandate in the UK, prices, a lot of manufacturers, they'd offer. I've looked at a few things today, and like I said before, I think I've seen a MG4. These are for cash prices. I've seen an MG4 SE brand new for 21,000. That's cash price. That's not on PCP or anything like that. But I did see a second-hand Corsa, which was about 3/4 a year old with 3,000 miles on it. Corsa electric, and that was being offered for £17,000 with PCP. I think it was I'm going to say something like £280 a month, I think it was, with a small deposit, like £1,000 deposit. So there's some good deals to be had if you look around. Anyway, that's my waffle. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and I will catch you in the next one. Ahoy!